Air fry pizza rolls. This is something fun that I do in the air fryer oven, and it's fantastic for when you've got some pizza dough hanging around that needs using up. It's kind of a bit like pull apart bread meets a pizza casserole, and you're loading up all your favourite pizza toppings, rolling it up, loading it into the air fryer oven, and just enjoying something yummy, pizza-fied that you will love. My name is Samantha, and along with my husband Dominic, who is behind the camera, we will be showing you today 12 different ways to incorporate the bread maker and the air fryer to make delicious kitchen gadget recipes. We are big fans of the bread maker dough, and what we like about the dough is how you can transform it for the air fryer recipes, or just keep it as dough, or just make it to use some bread. Today it's all about having some fun while the kids are at school and spending the day in the kitchen teaching you different ways to cook with these kitchen gadgets. And if you want to follow along with this series, simply head over to our YouTube channel and you can scroll through the different videos that we've done today. So you've just grabbed your dough out your bread machine, or you've made it by hand, and now you're ready to transform it into the most delicious ever air fryer pizza rolls. So the first thing you need to do is to flour your dough, because you don't want it sticking to the rolling pin. As you can see, Dominic's removing it from the cling film because we actually made this bread dough in advance. We did it last night, and it's proved a little bit more, so it's a little bit bigger than what it started off with yesterday, and it just needs a quick knead. But as you can see, it's great looking dough, and I just love how well the dough comes across when you've cooked it, well, when you've prepared it in your bread maker. So now that's your regular pizza dough that you can see in front of us. So now it's time to roll it out. When you're making this recipe, the idea is that you're kind of going backwards with making a pizza. So you're rolling out your pizza dough and you're adding your toppings and cutting it before it's being cooked, so that you can then roll out individual pieces. And this is one of the best recipes that we've done with this dough, and it's absolutely delicious, so I can't wait to try some. So as you can see, Dominic's doing a fantastic job there of rolling out the pizza dough for you. And soon he'll be adding all the yummy toppings and making me starving hungry just watching him making it. So as you can see, it's a fantastic dough. It comes together so nicely, and I'm always so impressed with it. What I did last night also is I prepped the tomato sauce to go on top of the pizza. It is simply pureed tin tomatoes, a small amount of garlic puree, a bit of salt and pepper, and some dried oregano. That's all it is. And what I tend to do is I'll prep it in a ramekin, and then it's easy to be able to put together if you're in a hurry for dinner and you don't want to spend lots of time in the kitchen. The next layer that we add is the grated cheese. I recommend any cheese that melts well. Our all-time favourite is Gouda, but on this occasion we're actually just using some cheap mozzarella cheese from the supermarket. It's just ideal for a quick sprinkle on top. Gouda is fantastic, grated cheese is fantastic. I'm just thinking of other cheeses that we often use in our pizzas. Cheddar is fantastic, or just one of the nice French cheeses. So what you do now is, what you've done so far is you've rolled out your pizza dough, you've added your tomato sauce, you've grated your cheese, and now you chop it up, depending on how big your pizza dough is, into either 8 or 10 slices. As you can see, Dominic's just slicing it. I recommend you slice through the middle then slice into quarters, and then slice till you feel you've got a decent portion per person. And you can go sideways or lengthways. And then, as you can see, Dominic's showing you the easiest way, which is just to go like this across your pizza until you've got your big slices to roll up. You'll find that some of the cheese will come off, but you can re-add it later as you do your pizza. So there, it's sliced up ready. The next stage is to add your extra cheeses. In this recipe we actually use 3 types of cheeses. The first is obviously the mozzarella cheese. The second is going to be some Philadelphia. You can use any type of your favourite Philadelphia. We've just got the normal light version. Not that those few calories off the cheese really make a difference when you've got bread dough, but still. So then what you do is you kind of add a good sized teaspoon to each one, because then what you're going to do is you're going to attach your hard cheese to this and it'll help roll it. And I have to tell you now, Philadelphia on pizza is absolutely amazing. That is because when it's warm it just tastes so much better. We first had warm Philly on a pizza at Pizza Hut many years ago, and since then I don't think we can make a pizza without adding some Philly. So that you've got the Philly on top. So your next stage now is some hard cheese. We've gone with Gouda because Gouda melts well and it tastes good. You know, what we're actually using today for a bit of fun is actual snack size portions of cheese, where you can just open them up and dump them in. So as you can see, Dominic's just showing you them now. And then you just place each one on the Philly and you use this for when you're rolling them up. Or if they're too big, you can halve them as well if you need to, depending on how you're doing your pizza. As long as you're capable of rolling them up enough so that the cheese stays with it inside the pieces, then that is fine. And what we've done is we've got 2 little packs of these little cheeses, and they're perfect for throwing on your pizza and using to make a delicious air fryer oven pizza. I've gone with air fryer oven rather than a normal air fryer because you can fit a much bigger size in the air fryer oven than what you can fit in the regular air fryer. And then you're simply getting ready now to be able to add your toppings. I just want to eat all that cheese. Is that wrong? I wonder if in the final video I'll actually show you it complete, or I've stolen some by that point. So now you've got all your cheese on, you've rolled out your dough, you've added your tomato sauce. Now it's time to roll up your pizzas and get them in the air fryer. So the point here is you don't want too much cheese hanging out the edge, because otherwise the cheese will end up in the bottom of your air fryer pan and it won't stay tucked in the thing. So it's a case of making sure mainly that your big chunk of cheese is staying tucked in the most. And then this is very much like how they do the lovely pizzas in France. And you normally get some cheese that's gone crusty at the edges from where it's snuck out. And you know, you might find that some of your grated cheese falls out. You can always add some back in, or you can add some extra grated cheese on the top of it. It just depends on how you want it. Or if you like the picnic swirls, you can also cook it like that instead, so that all the cheese is kind of hanging out and on top and it's cooked on its side, or you can just do it like we've done it. So as you can see, we haven't got many slices left still to tuck up and get together to put in the air fryer oven container. If you can hear that noise in the background, I'm excited to say our next lot of dough is beeping and ready to be made into something else that's delicious. I'm thinking more pizza, because I love pizza. Who doesn't love pizza, hey? Oh wow, Dominic's doing a lovely job of rolling those. See ladies, we should all marry chefs. They can make yummy pizza stuff for you whenever you want. So we're just down to the last two. As you noticed then, the cheese had plopped off, but it's easy to put it back in and tuck it all up. I also noticed that there's a bit of cheese that's fallen off. And what I recommend is putting more cheese on to begin with, and then if a bit falls off, it doesn't matter because you've still got plenty inside your container. And then this is the last one, and you can see Dominic's adding some extra cheese to it to make use of it. And that's the last one in. Let's have a look, Dominic, let's see your tray. Oh wow, that looks absolutely fantastic. As you can see there, we have them all tucked in nicely together. They're perfectly shaped and they're ideal for putting in the air fryer oven. So once you've got your air fryer oven out, as you can see, this tray that we use is a perfect fit for the air fryer oven. We picked this up, I think it was from our local supermarket when we were kind of looking for things that were actually small enough that they would actually fit in the air fryer oven. And as you can see, they're very close to each other, which is what you want, because you want it to be like a pull apart pizza rolls. So now it's about choosing the best shelf to be able to cook them in your air fryer oven. You know, you want it to be high enough so that you get a lovely golden glow on it, but not too high so that it burns them on top. And then you just make sure it nicely fits, and then it's time to turn it on. The recommended cook time is 10 minutes at 180 Celsius, 360 Fahrenheit, and that's all it needs for perfect pizza rolls in the air fryer. So we've beeped and we've opened the air fryer oven, and now Dominic's going to check to see how our pizza rolls are doing. Wow, if you look at the size of them, because you're using bread dough, they do puff up, and as you can see, some of the cheese comes out, but that makes it even more gooey and even more delicious to enjoy. We did put the air fryer oven on for slightly longer than mentioned in our original recipe on recipethis.com. And that's because, as you know, I showed you there's two different ways to slice it. If you're kind of going like traditional pizza slices, it only takes 10 minutes because each slice is smaller. But on this one, for example, they are a lot bigger, so they need more cook time. And that's something you really need to learn with the air fryer, and that is to try cooking something with slightly less time, check on your food and increase the time. As you can see, Dominic's lifted one out. Look at all that lovely gooey cheese. It is just so good. And I can't wait to tuck into those and see exactly how they taste. Though that's just an excuse to eat more pizza, because I know how they taste from last time. So please comment below with which bread maker and air fryer you have at home in your kitchen. Here in the Milners, we have just a cheap bread maker that we got from Amazon Germany that we had shipped to us, and we also use the Philips Air Fryer XL, which we've had for a few years now. And if you are into air fryers and bread makers, do head over to recipethis.com, as we have a lot of recipes for you to choose from there, and all the recipes that we're mentioning in these videos you can find over there too.
Thanks for watching. We have a huge collection of kitchen gadget recipes including air fryer, instant pot, slow cooker, soup maker and many others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Best of all, join our newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter. There we have plenty of printables, cooking time cheat sheets, free ebooks and mini courses to help you along your way in your kitchen gadgets journey.